I have no respect for the soldiers.
Betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men almost lost to the deep now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
What?
What?
A pedophile.
Yo, you were quick on that shit. God damn. You told my truth.
For beef boys.
You know what's good for opening an episode? Right at the beginning, put a clip of someone in like 256 kilobits per second saying pedophile. That's gonna make the green stay.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna make the green S stay.
We're gonna get that green dollar sign because YouTube loves
a pedophile.
True, they do love
It's
that.
also going to win over everyone who's like, I've been meaning to give this Beef Boys podcast a listen for a while. Let me listen to this first episode.
A pedophile.
Yo, YouTube really does love that though. Like,
yo,
let's talk about that. Let's
talk about pedophiles.
let's
talk about
like a movement to like
pedophiles.
cancel YouTube or whatever, and let's all dye our hair red and be ugly and stupid like that one guy. Hello, how's the hello?
Squid Games.
Pedophile.
Happy Mother's Day. Yo,
yeah,
it is
Happy
Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, why is it Mother's Day over there as well? I thought that was just a here thing.
No, we also have
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Day. I
Day.
know you do, but like half your days are on like different times of the year for no reason. I thought Mother's Day was one of them.
We have more people that believe in them though, so.
Thanks. I'm pretty sure Father's Day's on a different day here because that always throws me off.
Yeah, ours is in June.
Father's Day.
I think I'm gonna miss Father's Day. R.I.P. my dad.
Sorry, Daddy.
James is going to kill
he doesn't
him
get his
after we
power.
record this episode.
He doesn't get his adrenochrome this month.
So James, I want to ask you because you've sort of become famous for your Chipotle rage stories.
Yeah.
I think that you have some kind of like cosmic.
Yeah, I had another one happen.
There's like the big burrito bowl in the sky is just like constantly giving you the finger from the heavens.
Yeah, I don't know how that keeps happening. It's kind of insane.
Is that a vibrator on your neck?
No!
It kind of makes it hard to breathe. It's really weird.
He flexing the pussy so hard it's going up to his throat pipes.
Some audio listener who didn't see you put it up to your throat at first was going nuts.
Yo, ladies.
You gotta do the light skin face while you hold that up.
do it the opposite way. Put the thing up to your face so your face just starts going sicko.
You're rattling on his chin. Can you sing a song with that vibrator on your neck?
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. P. Diddy's coming home. Yeah.
Let the rain wash it.
I feel like that's not good for the mic. That's an expensive mic.
I feel like that would be a better vibrator than like the wand ones because I mean I don't have a pussy as far as I know, but I feel like that you can kind of like you can 90-degree.
This
like
is
hold your pussy up with it.
Yeah, this is a massage gun. And it be helping me recover because I'm in that gym, you know what I'm saying?
Recover.
But
Does it help relieve stress?
You best believe within the first 5 minutes of having this, it was on my fucking penis. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
I do
how
feel
could
like
it not be?
Yeah, I feel like as men, if you get any sort of device that vibrates, like your first instinct is, I'm gonna put this on my penis. You know, like if your phone's ringing, you're like, just put it up to your cock.
And you look and it's grandma. Fuck.
Yeah.
Anybody who tells me they didn't do it with their controllers growing up, I
was about to say.
You're a liar if you say you didn't.
There was 1 or 2 times we were playing a game and like I mean one time a game glitched on me and like while the controller was vibrating, not the game froze, but it just meant the controller kept vibrating and I was like,
Vice City used to do that.
That's happened to me too.
Placed it on my dick and penis and was like,
your mom comes down.
I didn't do anything with it, but it was kind of just like, well, while I'm here.
Dude, fucking fucking, and we didn't.
Slipping.
We didn't even have that haptic shit. We didn't even have that haptic shit. It was just straight up two pieces of metal flying around the inside of the controller. Like, it didn't feel that good, but you still got to put it there.
Your mom's like, all right, I get next. She puts a DualShock in her pussy.
Nah, we on that 360 shit. The 360 vibrate mode went fucking sicko. Chipotle, what happened?
Chipotle.
What happened this time?
Let me just
say, go through all the experiences he's had there.
Yeah, let me just say for anyone that doesn't know, I live in Florida, and so that's my only explanation for this, because this is probably my 5th or 6th Chipotle story, and this is back-to-back weeks now with Chipotle stories, and I swear, like, I feel like a liar. Like, I feel, the imposter syndrome that people get when they're like famous and they feel like they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like with my Chipotle.
You don't feel like you
I
deserve
feel like
these
I'm
great
lying.
stories.
Yeah, like but I swear to God, I'm not. This one's not.
Every time you're at Chipotle and some shit pops off, you're like, I should just lie and say it's Burger King this time.
Yeah. So, anytime James comes to us with like, so I was actually in a Taco Bell this time, I was gonna be like, bullshit. It was the Chipotle, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was Chipotle again.
Yeah, some shit starts popping off, and James is just like, fuck.
All right. Yeah.
Not again.
All right. So, I was coming back from the gym. I was pumped. I'm like, let's go.
He's coming back.
It was like 8 o'clock at night. I scheduled my Chipotle like I always do, picking it up. This time I had a free entree because I had so many points. So it was like free Chipotle basically. Put that shit in, finish at the gym, go right there, and Dance Gavin Dance just dropped a new song that day called Pop Off, and I was popping off. Let me just say it.
He was popping.
I couldn't take the top off, but I was popping off, and I was pulling into this Chipotle thing too fast because I was kind of hyped, and
he was James Gavin dancing.
True, James Gavin about to kill a soldier of the United States Army, because as I'm coming in too fast around like a bend, there's a soldier in their full fatigues about to like
saluting the flag.
Yes.
About
to cross.
Coney bleep that.
So Cohen. No! Forget the gender that I just said. I just ruined the whole story. Well, part of the story. No. And by saying that, I made you make sure to remember what I just said. But hey.
Okay.
Hey, I'm walking here.
They're about to cross the fucking parking lot, and I was coming in and going too fast, and I saw them like kind of stop because they thought I was gonna kill them, which if they didn't, I probably would have. And then I like kind of jammed on the brakes. And then, like, kind of didn't look at them and just, like, turned into a spot real quick. And then they started, like, walking again. And then, like, it was awkward because they were, like, walking past the door of my car. So, like, I kind of, like, pretended like I was, like, getting my wallet out of the glove compartment or some shit. Yeah. So I didn't have to stand out right next to them. And then they walk past, and I'm still feeling kind of awkward. And, I've realized that because this is in a strip mall, they're also heading for the Chipotle. So there's no avoiding them now. So I get out of my car, and as I'm, like, closing the door, I'm kind of like, I say, oh, look. Get in the zone. I was like, looks like the uniform really works. Making, like, a joke that their camouflage prevented me from seeing her almost killing her, seeing them and almost killing them. They turned around and were kind of just like, and, like, kept walking. And then we got to the door. And they, like, opened the door and then, like, held it open for me because, soldier. And then they took their hat off because I guess they can't wear their hat inside. That's, like, a thing, I think.
Oh, yeah, because the religion. And
then I saw that it was a beautiful Latina woman with a big bun, and I thought it was a guy. Oh, so I fucked up the story again. I said,
Don't worry about it. In the edit, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, right. I said, I wish this always happens like the day after an episode, so I have to wait 6 days to tell a fucking story because I'm an idiot.
No, but I know what you
don't
mean.
go to Chipotle tomorrow, James.
I know. Yeah. I said, hey man, your uniform really works. And then they turned around and like kind of laughed and took off the hat, and it was a girl. So not only was the joke cringe, I don't know why I said that joke. I'm much funnier than that. But 2, I said, hey man, and it was a beautiful woman. So like,
just turns around.
And then she held the door for me, which I thought it was a guy holding the door for me. It was a girl holding the door for me, which it doesn't really matter. But that felt even weirder. And then I go in and I get my food, and then like she also ordered ahead, so she's like walking like kind of close to, behind me, and then the food's on the shelf, so we're like taking the food off the shelf at the same time. And then I walk out and I hold the door for her, and she says thank you and like laughs pretty sincerely. So hopefully that means that I wasn't the most disgusting fat pest of a soldier murdering terrorist that it came off that I was.
You should have asked her what her favorite war crime is.
So James, in this story,
I have no respect for the soldiers. I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say.
Let's just end it there.
I'm not like I'm not cut of the cloth that like I respect.
You're not a nun.
I respect people, but I don't give them any extra respect or like salute
like
them and
the
bow
idea
down because they're soldiers. Like I don't care. But this was a hot Latino woman that was a soldier,
which you do respect.
You wanted about.
Which I respect.
Hats off to our Latino
so
women viewers.
Shouts out.
You should have
to
said
all the
you should
Latino
have
I
said,
say
women
thank
out
you
there.
to your. I say thank you for your service to Latino
To all
women, not to
Latinas.
soldiers.
Right.
yeah.
Just for being
Regardless of
a
whether they're in the
Latino
army or
woman.
You should
Go ahead,
have.
Andrew,
You
sorry.
should have tried to strike up conversation, being like, I serve my country as
No
well. I'm a
fucking way.
podcaster.
No fucking way.
Well, that's what I was kind of about to say. I was like, technically, James, you started the weird happening. You were part of the weirdness at the Chipotle, which means there's somebody out there who witnessed it, who is now
With an
telling
even
this
smaller
story
podcast.
on an even
Hey,
smaller podcast.
that's true.
And all of his buddies are going, man, the weirdest shit happens to you at
That's
this
true.
Chipotle. You're not even. It's like this Italian man with blue hair almost abused a woman,
And she was a soldier.
Latinx.
and she was a soldier.
And their podcast is recorded exclusively over Discord with no editing.
Yeah.
Trans athletes in sports. Fat guys running over Latina soldiers.
This is the viral vortex.
Cities are burning.
The cities are burning.
Chipotles are burning.
So that's
Listen
my
to the last
Chipotle
episode to
story.
get that.
Hell yeah.
James,
Well,
James wasn't being openly transphobic. That was the.
Oh yeah, that's a
previous
callback.
episode.
yeah, it's a callback,
To-
which will probably
yeah.
be in the last episode, depending on if that's kept in or not.
Fuck.
That'll get kept
Bro,
in for
I'm on a
sure.
run right
Yeah.
now. My watch says so.
Yo, his heart's
His
beating
heart
thinking
rate's
about the
I'm
Bumping
thinking,
Latina
again.
women.
I'm thinking of Latina women so hard right now.
Yo, hell yeah.
You're thinking of
brother.
Latina women fighting for your rights to oil.
For your freedom, yeah.
Dubbies,
So-
can you give us an impression of a Latina woman fighting for oil in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of different ways
This
that
episode's
joke could have
dumpster
gone.
fire for audio listeners. They probably don't know what the fuck's
That's
going
epic.
on.
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
they'll
fuck
like it.
you,
Maybe,
man. Watch it
maybe,
on YouTube.
maybe the people who listen to this one will request us to bring back James's vibrator, and then he'll be.
Hey.
We have a
Actually, they get
surprisingly
video
high
on
amount of
Spotify now,
audio.
so.
They do get video on Spotify, and most of them are on Spotify. We have a pretty
Yeah.
high amount of audio listeners. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, we
but
do.
I think
fuck
the
yeah.
average
I think
like
we
300
all-
to 400 listens.
That's pretty
yeah.
wild.
For shout out to y'all for real, because we literally almost exclusively look at the YouTube analytics because we
Yeah.
all visually watch podcasts if there is that component, and also we do be YouTuber. So
Yeah. Not
but
only
yeah,
that,
shout
but
out
this,
to audio people.
Yeah, not only that, but this show is obviously very heavily edited by our boy Andrew here. So it's
And
definitely and Portnut. Sorry Portnut. Let me restart.
Women don't
Obviously,
matter.
this show is very
By the Miller household.
By the Miller
Dean
household.
Yeah.
Miller Dean LLC.
Jimmy Dean sandwich.
Yeah, so we prioritize the visual
Yum.
reverb farts over the auditory reverb farts.
We do.
So boys, I wanted to bring something up today
Bring it.
that was
Bring
having
it.
me piss
Bring
my
it.
Here it
fucking
is.
pants at how funny this is.
Okay.
So I was on Instagram the other day. Arguably the worst social media there is.
Easily the worst.
Yeah,
Easily.
it's like right under Facebook. Like
Instagram, they're
Facebook is the
touching,
worst.
but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the tips are touched, and Facebook
Yeah.
has like
Yeah.
like unintentional comedy everywhere, and just how boomers act on it. So that's kind of entertaining. But Instagram doesn't even have that.
Yeah, I like Instagram because it feels like people watching from people from my high school.
Yeah,
none
but
of them
it's
are really
like
on
it's like
Facebook,
90%.
so.
Yeah, but it's like 90% ads now. Like it's not even.
Oh yeah,
I
go on desktop, so it gets.
Right.
I don't have it on.
Yeah,
my
if you go
phone.
on your phone. If you go on your phone, it's straight up 90% ads. Like
You'll
Yeah,
get
it's like post ad.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fucked. I haven't seen it on my phone in years. Yeah.
Yeah, but like those ads have never really like served me well, obviously, but except for the other day when I was presented with a promoted post, not the Mick Jugger, whatever the fuck his name is.
Be careful.
It's fucking his wedding.
Juggernuts. You should change his name to that. What the fuck? That's epic.
I can't even remember what the real one is now. That's like deleted the real
That's
one.
his OnlyFans. McJuggernuts.
McJugger these nuts.
Obviously, he promoted his wedding photo to get more likes, whatever.
Oh yeah, you said that.
But I was presented with a man who legitimately he piqued my interest because I love Tim and Eric, right? And I swear to God, I legitimately thought that this was Tim Heidecker. Like, he looked exactly like him playing a character. Like, he basically looked like a discount Billy Ray Cyrus, which I'll show you guys in a second. This will all make sense. But it straight up looked like him. It seemed like he was doing a bit. So I dove into, like, his other posts. He's a musician. And then I went to his YouTube channel. And I have to share this with you boys today because it is, it's amazing. Imagine a sun-kissed man in his late 40s, early 50s with like blonde highlights in his hair, wearing like baby blue Aeropostale t-shirts, puka shell necklaces, some Reeboks, maybe a watch from like Ross or something.
I'm picturing a guy that would be in like a David Dobrik vlog that he just abuses even though he's like 50 and David Dobrik's like 12.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, kind of. So this is Sir Anthony. He's a musician, and this was the ad. So I'll show you guys his music video in a second. But this was the ad I got that got me hooked. It was like hook, line, and sinker. I want to show you guys.
I don't. Oh, here you go.
This really does seem like Tim
like
Heidecker playing Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that comparison is spot fucking on though. That he looks like Tim playing a character. Fucking that audio, just everything about that song that just played. The preview of that song sounded like if like my 65-year-old uncle who like really likes 80s music but can't even drive a car anymore like tried to make music. Like he got a free DAW and like just tried to make a song.
Right. Yeah, he does like it's like country music used with like way outdated like 2000s pop. It's so fucking
Why?
So pretty
Sounds
much like DJ Fades.
Yeah.
Why was the M in Forgive Me? Why did that look like a penis tip or some shit? Why was the M so funny looking?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, first of all, look at this guy's.
No,
Yeah, I can't see.
I can't say either. Bring it back.
I'm fucking here.
Hey.
Hey, I'm fucking here.
Hey,
There it is.
Sexy me.
banner.
That's like something I would have made in like year 10 like design class.
Right,
Like,
but that's
like,
the thing.
whoa,
Like,
grunge is cool.
He looks like Colin Farrell playing like fucking a bad Joker.
totally does.
The fucking
bad
Irish
Joker.
But doesn't this look like satire? Like, it doesn't look like this guy's being.
Yeah.
But like,
He's got how many
Sex in me.
subscribers? 8.
eight
I've seen
subscribers.
girls who comment
no.
on YouTube videos with no videos with more subscribers.
Hey, yo, blow
than
this
that.
guy up.
Yeah, run our boy up.
Yeah, run it up.
Beef
So
Boy
this is the
Nation,
song.
gas this.
Where do people
called
like this
Prey.
get the money to like? Not that it would be
No
that much
idea.
money to produce this. Like, it doesn't look that good, but like, there's some money went into this set right here. What the fuck?
It did. But the thing is, the juxtaposition of like the edit. So like the set looks great, but then the editing is like fucking hot ass, and then obviously the song, like nothing is lined up. I legitimately thought my internet was fucking up when I was watching this, but it's just the video, which you'll see.
Hit it, yeah, hit it. Yeah, that's straight up 4 frames.
It just stops.
Is this frozen?
Oh
or is
yeah,
No, that's how it actually
the video.
is.
Yeah.
I really thought Discord was fucking up on my internet.
What the fuck?
This is maddening to watch.
Wait, let me hear the song. Let me hear the song really quick.
All right, okay.
What is he recording into? I think he's legit recorded the song onto the camera mic.
Yo, he might have been.
Ooh, that was auto-tuned to hell.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how you would edit like this, like unless you,
Yeah.
like how do you export it so that it fucks up like this? Or did he specifically put like time freezes every 10 seconds?
Yeah.
He's an editing god. He's transcended
definitely
what
The
we
shit
thought
with
was
the
possible.
design!
I fuck with that. He definitely wanted to shoot this for slow-mo. Like, there's way too much slow-mo for it to just be like a post choice.
Right.
But they shot it in like 20 frames. So it's like the worst
Yeah.
slow-mo possible.
Exactly. But not only that, but like everything he's like the song itself is not lining up with his mouth at all.
No, not at all. That's the least of his worries.
Also, just the camera angle is all just one front on.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like his fucking little foreign wife that doesn't speak English, just like holding it above her head.
You're doing great, sweetie. Change your shirt. Put on the white one.
No, that's way too supportive. She just like
Oh, yeah,
she's just
true.
gonna film this and then go and play like Candy Crush for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, can I go?
Oh, that's a freeze frame and a half.
Yo, Andrew, can you relate to this video?
Oh, Bible. That
Making
took me
yourself.
forever to figure out what you
Yeah.
meant.
He really paused on him like reading the Bible intently.
I think they just
Did you tell
didn't
which
have
proverb it was?
I think they just didn't have enough like footage, so every time they needed more
Yeah.
space, he just hit frame hold,
Yeah.
and then
no,
it just
yeah,
like
exactly.
filled in. Damn, some of them. Auto tune goes nuts.
Song is
He's
over.
not even singing. He's just mouthing nothing. What the fuck?
It's a fever dream. It's a fucking fever dream.
This looks like the guy
God.
that always works with Vince Vaughn. The fuck's his name?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Wilson.
He does look like a charbroiled Owen Wilson.
Yeah. He's like
Still going.
He's like Owen
The
Wilson
song
on
is
Hollywood
over.
Boulevard.
Yeah.
People pay him $10 to take a picture.
Can we get this guy to do something for beef? Do you think he would be offended by this segment? How do we hide this
Yes.
from him? How do we hide this from him and get him to do
Song
something
is
for beef?
over. He's-
How is he? Oh my god, man!
Again, how do you
It's not
export a
even.
video?
It's not even fading out or anything. It's fully over for the last 20 seconds. It's still going.
Still
This is
going. It's still
Oh my
going.
god! There's
impressive that
another
it's
minute
still
and a
going.
half. There's another minute and a
No
half.
way.
There's like no point to doing this, but if one of us took this, cut out all the stops, I wonder if it actually
Yeah.
would like line up. That's way too much.
Oh,
info
right.
I feel
for,
like there's too
the
much.
guy.
I feel like there's too much left over.
The symbolism here is crazy. I fucks with it.
I struggled to understand what he was trying to do in that last one though.
Yeah.
I like how some of the candles are out in that cross.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
come
can
on,
we
bro.
bother lining
It's
them all?
like 30 candles.
crucified.
You just sound like an ottoman.
Oh, God.
Imagine if Christ was crucified on an ottoman.
Hey, we ran out of wood.
Yeah.
Hey, this ain't so bad.
We've got this nice couch though.
Wait, what? No, it's a screen recording. It's a screen recording.
That's why.
That's why it fucked up.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Recorded it.
I thought that
Wait,
was you screen recording it.
Go
No,
back.
this
Go
is
back.
right off the
Look,
He
it says, I
screen
think-
recorded
did it
the
come out
whole
of that
thing
one-
off of his Instagram and then uploaded that to YouTube.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah.
This man is a genius. He's operating on a plane of existence that we can't understand. I think it's probably dangerous for us to go where this man is going.
Yeah, he's a fucking
I think
genius.
so.
Shout out Sir Anthony, dude.
It's called Sir Anthony. Like,
Do you think he's really
it's
a knight?
either just the type.
Do you think he really? What did he do
Imagine.
for the queen?
Yeah, I don't know.
All of his things either just have the song title or just his name as an artist. There's never
Hey.
both.
K Mew. That's a song title. K Mew.
Yeah, let's,
She fucking.
This is
That's
a
a
lyric
lyric
video.
video.
From?
It's good to know this is a universal thing. When you start a YouTube channel, you have to put productions at the end of it.
Yeah.
right.
It's like what
Yeah,
every
it's always-
like every 14-year-old kid, myself included, did that.
Yeah, I did that.
And then 58-year-old Sir Anthony here
Fucking
does it as
nested
well.
it and zoomed in on the worst Photoshop of all time. His face
I'm curious.
is indiscernible.
Yeah.
I love how many different fonts he uses. It's unbelievable.
Grab a
Yeah,
hold of
it's-
that special place.
Yo.
Trump?
Yo,
He's talking about
I
the
was
pussy.
trying to make the
About
same
pussy.
joke. I couldn't think of what the fuck he said.
Yeah. Yeah. This sounds like it was recorded through a Pringles can. I don't know.
So I just speak into this? Oh my god.
Thanks for showing that. That's
Thank you,
exactly
Doug.
what I
Thank you for-
needed.
Yeah, that's good
Of
shit.
course.
That was
Right.
brilliant. Instagram comes through yet again. Honestly,
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
they
that,
do.
like promoted posts and 99% just shit. Well, it's just ads normally for like
Yeah.
McDonald's or whatever. But when you get those ones that are
McDonald's.
promoted by like some dude with 7 followers,
Yeah.
every
yeah.
time it's gold. I wish I could
It's
set
great,
my
yeah.
ad preferences up to just be like,
Just have
just
that.
just
yeah.
give me the weird shit by little people. That's all I want.
Yeah.
The way
I
you do
know.
that, if you mute enough like corporate promotions, you'll
Oh, you were-
eventually only
yeah.
start getting the
You were
lower
telling
end
me.
promoted
And then
stuff.
if you click on the little
Oh.
ones, if you interact with them, I guess the algorithm's
Yeah.
like, oh, he likes these ones. Show
he
me
likes
this
these
one's more.
weird
You like Sir
fucker.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him the cooked ones. Yeah, that's a good idea,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, I hope I get more Sir Anthony because if I do, I'm gonna be sharing them here. I really hope
Yeah,
I get more of
100%.
these.
Hey, while
We
we're
need someone to do
Great.
music for beef. We can't get
Sir
Miguel.
Anthony.
Miguel is
let's-
impossible to get.
Sir,
Yeah,
Sir
let's
we
Anthony
gotta
hire
get
would be-
Sir
Sir
Anthony.
Anthony.
Sir Anthony
Yeah.
and Miguel on a track together.
Yo.
Produced
my
by
God.
DJ Fades.
Yo.
My dream.
Now you're talking. That would be like
Getting those
what's,
three to like.
What's the name of the
Produced
guy on
by
David
DJ
Letterman, the bald
Fade.
guy? You know,
Oh fuck.
the
I
bald
can't remember
guy.
his
Bulldog?
sidekick with the piano. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be our version of that.
Yeah, we'll
Just-
combine the three of them.
Yeah,
We
some
just have
random
Miguel and
Mexican
Nicole all the
drummer
time.
and yeah,
Just
Yeah, one
playing
day
along.
when we have an IRL set, they'll be like off to the side like Eric Andre or some shit. And we'll just cut to them while they're like
Yeah.
making gibberish sounds.
And
Just
he'll
like
be like,
say shit.
whoa, whoa.
What? I was
Crazy.
watching a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
while we're screen sharing, Doplex,
Oh.
do we have a surprise for you?
We do.
Oh my God. Yes.
I was telling,
What is
I was
it?
telling
Yes.
Emily about this today.
what is it?
So
I like
I showed it to
surprises.
Jared and Courtney last night, and both
Yeah.
of them were bussing.
So is it
So-
still up?
Let's see.
yeah,
Let's
it's
see. I
still
wanna
up.
see.
So if you don't know, not Doplex, I work for Tiny Meat Gang. They're another podcast. Cody Ko and Noel
It's a
Miller.
A rival podcast.
They're a much smaller podcast than ours.
Fucking so I cut like I take their podcast and I cut highlights and like make it smaller, like
And
heavily
very
edited
funny.
things. Thank
Very
you.
funny.
And I do that. And I've done I don't even know how many at this point. Like I've been working for them for like 8 months, so a fucking ton of them. And
yeah.
sometimes Premiere fucks you. And
What
I
can I
sent-
say?
they
Ain't
post
that
like
the
7
truth,
clips a week.
brother?
We have like 8 editors going across 3 channels doing highlights constantly, and so like obviously the production team can't review everything. So I submitted a clip a few weeks ago, and it got posted a few days ago, And usually when my clips go up, I give them like they usually go up at 2 p.m. Eastern, so I give them all day and I check them before I go to bed, or I check them the next day just for feedback. What did people think was funny? Are they complimenting me? Are they hating? Is it not living up? Is it good? Whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like yeah, do it squirt. That was the question I saw. I saw it after at like 2 o'clock in the morning the other night. And
does this clip squirt?
And I scrolled down in the comments. Here, let me pull it up. All right, here we go.
Hold on, let me grab some water real quick.
Okay.
What the fuck?
This man getting water on my watch?
Did he just stand up to drink and now?
Yeah, he just stood
I thought
up
you were
to
going to your
chug.
kitchen to get water.
Oh no, my
Courtney, leave that in and just if he's not on frame, just let him be cut in half. He just stood up like a 4-year-old that when they're like really thirsty after they come in from the
Hold
fucking
on, I'm thirsty.
and they just he just like stood there like
Give me my sippy cup.
Hold on, I want to take a sip of my Dynamos.
it's like a kid that like waits
Yo,
like kids like
animals
wait
went
till they're like
hard.
about to die from dehydration and then they just like chug a gallon of water. That's
their
their
pants.
Mommy,
Right.
I push my pants.
My employers, please don't copyright us.
Can I also just say,
go ahead.
when you first showed me this clip, it's called Cody and Noel roast Elon Musk. I see the likes and dislikes ratio, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of dislikes for a TMG video. I figure most people, fuck, this
Yeah.
dude's pretty heavy. So my
Right.
brain immediately was like, is it because they went after Elon? Is that,
Yeah.
because a lot of times you just get
Right.
Elon stands come in and fucking dislike shit.
They do
But-
be crazy.
So I know what this clip is, so I didn't watch it. I just scrolled down to the comments, and the first comment I see is, "This is a genuine masterpiece. Only being able to hear the soundboard mix completely out of context for the first few minutes, it brought me to tears. You have to leave this up when you upload the fixed version." And I was like, what does that mean? Like that is not a good top comment in my mind.
Right.
I either edited it so poorly people think it's a joke or something fucked up. And
My stomach dropped reading that.
I know. Premiere fucked me in the I was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like on the verge of like this. I was like falling in and out of sleep, like fucking. It felt like I was falling off a mountain. Like when you're fucking about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, I gotta check my highlight.
Yeah.
So I'm dead tired, and then I see that my eyes shoot open. I'm like, bruh, what the fuck happened to this clip?
Yeah.
And how did it get through? So let's just
As I'm
watch
speaking,
it.
it's on almost
scared.
50,000 views.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Doplex, let's see if you can figure out what went wrong.
Okay.
So
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. This feels like a fever dream.
this is the
What
only
the comments were saying.
I had 3 tracks of audio. I had every track of audio except my reverb layer muted when I exported by accident.
Right. Yeah.
So there's no audio. We're 43 seconds in. We've heard the Indian Dr. Dre for 3 seconds, and then fucking greatest cry of all time reverb.
Yeah.
So let's get to the next chunk of sound effects because those are fun.
Yeah. So quiet.
That's the only. This is 8.5 minutes. This is 8 minutes of just every 30 seconds there might be a sound effect. And so
it's like those fucking those videos that are like 10 hours of silence randomly interrupted.
I saw a comment that
Exactly
said
what
that
it
it killed me. But all the comments are like, I'm choosing to believe this was deliberative. The radio silence and then farts echoing in the distance makes this a gem. All the things are really supported. I think when I showed Andrew because I needed to show someone, I was like dying.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and Drumsy joined the call. And even Drumsy left a comment on this too, like on his main account because he thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And then Kudos came on, and I showed him, and he was dying. And then Andrew found a comment that was like, skip to 5:57. I'm literally about to die.
Andrew's just suddenly out of breath.
Andrew was like suffocating.
So instead of going to 5:50, I'm sure James will do this anyway. We're gonna go a little before that.
We're gonna go like 15 seconds before. You gotta sink back into that silence first.
There's like 2 minutes of silence before this. It's like it's a real long
this is probably the
sound
longest
effects.
chunk of silence in the video, interrupted by this. So here we go.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
I'm embracing for impact. Or just brace.
Yo, just watch one more time. Watch one more time. Wait, look, you missed.
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, the big one comes.
Yeah, big one.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
After we watched this, we were like, I was like, I wish we saved this for beef, and then we were all like, fuck it, just don't tell Doplex, no matter what. We'll hit him with it. But so this happened, and I was like panicking, and then Drumsy and Andrew and Kudos thought it was so funny that I was kind of like, all right, fuck it, because not only I'm editing clips this week and stuff, but they have me on a couple other like bigger things I'm working on, so like I'm talking to them like every single day. And I had a meeting with them the next day, and I didn't think anybody noticed because I thought they would have deleted it or like, because everyone was like, yo, leave this up, it's so fucking funny. So I thought they at least would have uploaded the fixed version or something, but no one did anything, and it was the next morning, and I was about to hop on a meeting with them. So I was like, I gotta rip the band. Like, I can't, I don't want them to think that I didn't notice or some shit. So like, I got into the call, and I was like, before we start, I don't know if you guys have noticed. And they were like, yeah, we noticed. And I was like, oh, fuck. And like, I didn't even get to finish what I was saying. They were like, yeah, we noticed. And they were like, they thought it was funny. And they posted this is part 1. They posted part 2 the next day and just like was like, whatever. So it's not a big deal. But I fucking shot myself in the foot because I joined the call and they just changed their whole content structure, and like they started a website and they're migrating from Patreon. So they made a new bonus clip that goes to the front of their bonus content highlights to like push people toward their site. And I didn't have that when I first exported this. So they took what I made, put it into Premiere, and slapped the new bonus clip on the front of it. And then they were like, so they thought they fucked it. Like one of my producers was like, we put it into Premiere and we like, just to put the bonus clip on, I think you saw it was different. And we annihilated the audio. We have no idea what happened. That's our fault. And I should have just let them take the
take the fall.
Take the fall. But because they said it was funny, my brain was like, no, I want the credit. So without thinking, I was like, no, I left my first 3 tracks muted when I exported it by accident. I have a fixed one if you want it. And the demeanor shifted a little bit, where they weren't upset still, but they were like, oh, all right, that makes more sense, I guess. Yeah. And then we kind of just moved on. I was like, I should have just let them fucking...
Yeah.
No, I think
so James really doesn't work for TMG anymore. He needs a job.
Yeah, they fired.
Got fired.
Someone please hire my friend James. No, he's good. He's good.
Dude, but I was like almost hallucinating. I was so tired, and then saw this, and then saw the fucking minion fart, and I almost died.
Yeah,
you guys were up till like 6 a.m. or some shit, weren't you? Like,
yeah, I think it was
I
like
joined for a while, then I had to go and like do shit for a while, and I came back and you guys were still on. And I was like, yo, the boys are chilling.
It just gave me so much energy.
Can we just talk about this? There's 2 types of comments that we saw here that had me pissing as well.
Oh yeah.
So there was, first of all, YouTube comments famously fucking stupid no matter what.
Right.
There's a few that were like genuinely mad.
I think I found them.
This blunder.
I have them.
You have them? Yeah. So there's a few that were straight up furious. They're like, this is the first time I've ever given TMG podcast a try, and this is what I met with.
So entitled.
Yeah, no, exactly. So entitled. How can you not find this funny? Second of all, just watch a different clip. It's like it's it's really not a big deal.
There were probably Elon Musk fans who were coming to talk shit.
Well, that was one of the genre.
Yeah, so Kudos also pointed out this comment that was like, this is an archetype for a shit ton of them, where it was people who obviously commented before they watched it because the video has the video is nothing but fart sound effects because the commentary tracks are gone.
There's people.
So there's the video's titled Cody and Noel roast Elon Musk, but there's no roast to be had. There's literally just farts. So, but there was still dozens of people who commented this, like Andrew Pettinger says the only thing cringier than being an Elon stan is being an Elon hater, and then a dumbass emoji. And it's like,
bro, you didn't even hear the opinion. There's no opinion.
The only thing in this video is Minion. That's it.
Fart.
That's your only thing you can comment.
There was like a half dozen of these where it was people, like defending Elon and doing all this shit, and it's like, you didn't even watch the video. You very clearly just find videos against Elon Musk and then go slugging for him in the comments without watching this shit.
That's 100% what happened.
It's just so funny.
But I was very excited to show you that.
It should also be noted that a bunch of comments on the part 2 where they actually did have audio were like, part 1 was better, man. That whole night was crazy because then I started talking to James about we just started talking about like church denominations and random shit. And so I started talking about the Mennonite church, which is what I grew up in, Super Smash Bros. Reference.
Super Smash Bros.
I mained him in Brawl.
Yeah,
everyone did.
No, but I did before. I didn't know it was the meta. I was like 9 years old. So I'm just a genius.
Mennonite is OP. That's true. That's fact.
Ruined the tournament scene for ages. Sorry, Andrew.
No, it's all good. So I start showing him like Mennonite hymns because I'm a fucking dweeb about hymns and choral singing. So we looked through a few, and then I looked at another one, and I scrolled down, and I saw this one that was like Super Idol. So I find one, and it says Eastern Mennonite High School, which is the high school I graduated out of. Mennonite.
Super Smash Brothers.
I recognize like everybody in there.
It's like a Mexican Mennonite.
I know all of these people. So I go to this dude's channel. I think it's like the Michael Bontrager experience.
Hell yeah, it is.
Go to the beginning of his channel because the clip he posted that I found was from like 6 years ago. I wasn't in there. I was like, I think this was the class after me. So what if he has one from when I was in touring choir? We go to the beginning of his channel. He's posting like farming equipment videos and like shit about the Amish and old order Mennonites and just some like, silly, like, look at this tractor and how it worked. So we scroll through it. What do you know? He does have a video from when my touring choir was in Illinois on our tour, and he filmed a song that I did. So I watched myself sing from 7 years ago, which was crazy. I was like, whoa, this is kind of interesting.
Can we watch it?
Yeah. Kudos got to see it. I mean, I guess we could.
I want to watch it. Is it funny? I want to see this.
No, it's not funny.
It's just him singing. He's like right at the back. He doesn't like piss his pants or anything.
I didn't like pop a bone dog or anything, and no one passes out. It's just here it is. Here. And so we continue scrolling. Kudos hops in. He sees it. We're like, oh, this is interesting. Goes, what is he doing now? And then Kudos like nailed it. He was just like, he's probably doing some like conservative bro Tucker Carlson bullshit. And it was like the latest video he posted. It was just some garbage Fox News stuff. I was like, a conservative Mennonite, the rarest.
I queried Kudos, so he had a little bit of a taste of what he might be doing.
Yeah.
But real quick, just also before we go that far forward, right around that video was this guy has hundreds of videos of just going to weird either like weird Midwestern cultural shit or religious events with mostly children, and he just like film, which I'm not implying anything, but it's like mostly kids, and he just goes and films shit, and it's like just very like POV, and he never says anything. Like one of the videos around it was like catching an Amish kid on his phone at the fish fry, That's the
Amish
name
kid
of the
and
video.
molesting him.
And he's sitting at like a lunch table that you can barely fit your thighs under if you're like over 15, and he's like 30, and he's there. It's like a bunch of 11-year-olds, and like this is like 2014, but this Amish kid is texting on a Nokia, and he's filming him, like exposing him because they don't use electronics or whatever, and then all the other kids there are like looking awkwardly at him, like eating really shitty fish that looks like chicken tenders, and it's really weird. And then now he beat Tucker Carlson. So continue.
But we found a kind of an interesting, I guess, the opposite version of Go Woke, Go Broke, which is this dude. He had 80,000 subs, which is like, that is not, you know, that's not something to shake a sticker. That's not easy to get. I know a lot of people have been grinding for a very long time. But yeah, so like you go to this, we're like, why? How did he get 80k subs? You go to his top videos, and yeah, like Andrew said, it's like tractors and like farming equipment. But they've got like 4 million views, 3 million views, all this shit. But then like he threw all that away. He could have had a promising future as a tractor YouTuber. so that he can post like dog shit political videos that get like 20 views now. But yeah, it was really interesting seeing that opposite of like he kind of had a good apolitical just farming vibe and filming little children thing going, and he's like, you know what, my 80k subs need to know
his
this.
Cool little
they need
niche.
to know that America's doomed.
You have to tan your balls if you want to be a real man.
In the very specific pocket of the internet.
Yeah. Actually, well, speaking of America is doomed, we should talk about Doctor Strange because that line comes up a lot of times and it's very confusing.
Wait, you saw it?
I saw it yesterday, baby.
Oh, I saw it yesterday too.
I know, I saw you miss. I didn't check talking points until after I'd seen it, and I was like, James saw it too.
He's a bit of an odd fellow.
Right.
In the movie, did he ever say,
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
that's
the Doctor Strange, baby?
That'd be the best reference.
So, my
Let's
quick
review Doctor
TLDR
Strange
of the movie.
in 60 words or more.
No spoilers, I guess.
No,
Do we want to say that?
Review.
Do we want to say that, Kudos? Are we going no spoilers or no?
Let's go no spoilers.
No spoilers, but if you're like dying to not hear anything about it,
skip forward to right here.
Yeah. So, it's directed by Sam Raimi, who did the original 3 Spider-Man.
And Evil Dead. And the
Evil
movie
Dead.
is very Evil Dead, which I saw for the first time like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm so glad I did because
it's a great movie.
You can really tell he was like, I'm just doing that again.
Yeah. I think it's visually really interesting and fun. I think so. There's a main girl in it who's like new, that's acting like basically like she's like Doctor Strange's like sidekick. She's like, I couldn't tell how old she is, but I think she's like 16 or 17. So not trying to be mean or anything. Didn't think she was that great of an actor. And her character's name.
Well, maybe they shouldn't put women inside of my Marvel movies. You ever think about that?
Yeah. Her character's name was America Chavez. So, bro, they named her America. So when Doctor Strange will chase it in the movie, and also Chavez, yeah, like it's this Hispanic girl, and her first name's America, her last name's fucking Chavez. So
my name's Mexico Chavez.
Yeah, but
like Mexico Smith.
Not only is
Mexico
that funny,
Cunningham.
but Doctor Strange will look into the camera, the music will swell, and he'll be like, "We have to save America," because they fucking kidnapped the girl or something. And I can't tell if it's like meant to be this like dichotomy of like what's happening to America, the character is happening to America because of the liberals or some shit, or because of the Russians, or if it's just some dipshit named this girl America. But it's like you can't help but thinking it's like the 1980s and Marvel is trying to like lean into like the G.I. Joe military propaganda. Like it feels so weird. It's fucking weird.
Such a strange name, yeah. It really, because you're right. There's so many times where it's like, America is doomed. We have to save America.
It's like too on the nose at
I don't think
certain
just for the sake of, I don't think Sam Raimi wrote it.
No. Right. I know. I'm gonna get to that.
He found the script in the gutter and was like, this sounds fun.
I don't really like the actress. The name is weird. The writing is
America.
The writing there's a story
Ireland Mohammed.
A lot of people are saying there's like plot holes or the story doesn't make sense. I don't really think that. I just think the story's weak and the dialogue is written really poorly. But I think the main reason it doesn't work for me is because Marvel has taught you to suspend your disbelief in a very specific way that works for the archetypal hero structure. And in this movie where they were going for horror or like a thriller type thing that like leans into like
again
horror.
very very Evil Dead-esque where it's like kind of horror but not like in like a
not at all like
your pants.
Yeah, it's
like
not
a
trying
fun
to like
kind of horror, I guess.
Exactly. And visually it does that well. Pacing it does that okay. But Marvel has taught you to suspend your disbelief in such a way that it's like no matter what, good guys win, bad guys lose. PG-13 at best, it might be PG, and we're just gonna have a fun time. And in this one, it's like when Star Wars tries to go outside of like the hero shit. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's fucking dog shit, and that show's gone in like a month. Like it's like Marvel's tenure over the last like 15 years has made giving it to like a more serious director with a more serious tone and trying to do in like more like artsy ulterior like storyline to the normal like hero, you know, like 3 stages of fucking like climax, fucking whatever the fuck how you make a movie. Like it doesn't serve it well at all. So they're trying to make this like almost more art housey movie, but they're also putting in these like really cheesy fucking lines that are like typical to a Marvel movie, and these really bad jokes that like play for like 12-year-olds who don't understand comedy. And like when they're not layered in 15 fucking pounds of like nostalgia and like audience like bait or whatever, you know, like having 3 Spider-Mans is crazy. Yeah, fan service. When it's not layered in all that, you see how it just doesn't work. Like the movie looks amazing, but it's trying to not be Marvel even though it still is, and it just can't do it because it's like it just can't escape its own zeitgeist. It just doesn't work at all.
I don't have words as good as James. I liked it, but there's definitely like a separation between like what Sam Raimi was directing and then like when it got shipped off to like, okay, the fucking B.
I think so too.
Film. Like there's some scenes that look like visually really good where you because I mean all of Sam Raimi's movies are incredibly creative and like really push like the visual medium, I suppose, or like just do things where you're like, you didn't have to do that, but I'm glad you did. Like there's some fight scenes in the movie where it's like, that's really cool. That's such an interesting way of doing it. And then there's just like the generic Marvel laser beam fights. It's like, well, that was probably given to someone else to do, you know, like that they gave that fight scene to whoever the fuck, because there's very little creativity. The shit that's not in like third dimensional like CGI world, like obviously there's CGI in every fight scene, but the stuff that's still like in the real world that they probably shot on a green screen instead of like the characters are literally just like CGI comped. Like the scenes where Sam Raimi actually still had a camera to control basically, and it's not just like a camera in some 3D like software, you know what I mean? Like these shots are still real shots. Those shots are really cool, and he's doing all these like the camera work is fantastic. But half the fights that aren't that are literally everything is 3D. Even the people fighting, they're not real. Yeah. Like they just pull back really far so you can't tell if they're like real people or not because it's too far away for fidelity. So it's like and that looks visually amazing, but it's just like you're not looking at it. Having that juxtaposed to Sam Raimi, who with like some incredible like shot composition and like really interesting camera work, like it's so weird. It just doesn't. Yeah. It feels like 3 movies like fighting to be one. It's really strange. Yeah, I could definitely see. So that. I do think it's good. It's worth seeing. I liked it too. Confusing. It's like. It's not like a, you know, not fucking fizzing for like this is the best movie ever, but it was, you know, like all Marvel movies I've seen, it's like, yeah, that was pretty fun. I liked it. It was one of the better ones. You're like, I've seen a lot of people complain about how shitty the lighting is in Marvel movies, and it absolutely is so many cases of that. Most of this movie was fairly well lit, but again, there's one scene, a flashback scene, or say it like that so that it's not too spoilery, but there's a flashback scene where the lighting looks fucking dog shit. Like, again, I feel like that must have been given to someone else because, again, everything Sam Raimi did was, you can tell was like, this is well done. And then there's just this one bit where it's like the worst comping I've ever seen. It's like some shit like we would throw together in 5 seconds for like a meme on YouTube where like just the lighting is completely different to what scene they're in. And they all just feel so like they're not in that actual shot. So, yeah, I definitely just feel like it's a bit of a weird kind of merging of directors.
Yeah. This is a big spoiler, so this is probably the end, so skip to this part. Or skip to the one that you saw before, or skip to this one if Andrew feels like it. So at the end of the movie, it's like the post-credit scene, and someone in the movie, there's like a bunch of Doctor Stranges in the movie, and they're all doing different shit. And at one point... all
strange?
Yes.
No.
One of them is really strange, and he does some bad stuff, and it makes a third eye open in the middle of his head, and... You only see that one for like a few minutes, but in the post scene, the good Doctor Strange had to do a bad thing for the good of the good, and then in the post credit scene, and then at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, okay, he's okay, and then in the post credit scene, he's walking down the street and he falls over and starts screaming, and he looks up and his third eye opens, and it's like, oh shit,
he goes, Joe Biden stole the election.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. No, but in the next movie, he's probably gonna like have to fight that or some shit like that's where they're alluding to. But all I could think of was that third eye opens, and every single like After Effects or like visual effects person that works on Marvel is like is gonna like quit before the next Doctor Strange comes out, because like the idea of having to track a third eye to someone's forehead for 2 hours for the entirety of the movie to the main character, like that, I would quit. Like I would not be doing that. That sounds like that's like having to do a line cut and then hand it off to someone else to actually do the fun editing. You know what I mean? Like that sounds so tedious and fucking AIDS. And that's all I could think of. Everyone else is like, oh my god, and I was like, damn, these editors are about to kill themselves.
You got that editor brain.
They'll come up with some reason why you can have it closed for half the movie, probably.
Yeah, because that'd be like $1 billion of eye special effects.
Yeah. It'd be like, you know what? I think I'm going to start wearing bandanas now.
Yeah.
It's going to be like,
oh, that probably
is my new thing.
That's why James wears it. We had to, we can't afford it.
He got his third eye.
I'm into Illuminati.
If you go back to the first episodes, it's all third eye James, but yeah, we just had to get rid of it because it cost too much.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was the review of Doctor Strange. Andrew, you had things you wanted to say about it, because someone over here has 2/3 of a film degree and thinks he knows better.
It's actually 4/5.
Yeah, Andrew, you wanted to shit on Disney, right?
I'm not.
Which
I should clarify. Andrew's completely justified in everything he's about to say. I'm not defending Marvel or anything. I just think they're fun movies. That's about it. I don't care about the greater thing.
So,
Andrew does. And I like his
I'm always
opinion.
very careful about how I talk about this, because I used to be a lot more aggressive in how I talk about it, which was just like dumb. And I've always, exactly. That was pretty much the sum up of my opinions back in the day.
Yeah.
And I've come to a place just like, why would I be mad that people enjoy, a Marvel movie just because I don't like it? That would be a stupid thing for me to go around
I agree.
doing.
That would be a stupid thing to do.
And I can't stand people who are like, well, I watch good movies, and people who like Marvel movies are dumb-brained little poo-poo heads. Like,
are there French women with small boobs in your movies? No. Are they in black and white? No.
Is there a really artsy shot of her like smoking a cigarette by a window and like watering a plant that
milk's
like
coming out
she's
of her
trying
boobies?
to like garden her own cilantro, and just to show how like much of a deep person she is, and they make the whole movie about that?
No,
it has Robert Downey Jr. in it. I don't care.
I get very angry at the state of the film industry in general, and a lot of that anger is at Disney. And I think I think most people, not everyone, but most people can agree Disney as a company is one of the most evil, just disgusting companies to ever exist. I hate them so fucking much as a business.
Hell yeah, brother.
And like I obviously can't. It's hard because so much of my childhood is related to Disney and Pixar, which is now under Disney because Disney owns part of everything, which is why I hate them.
Yeah.
But it's... So here's where I have to be very careful, because I don't care that people like Marvel movies, and I've liked some of the Marvel movies myself. I do think that somehow Disney in their marketing and what they are doing as far as making a very assembly line way of filmmaking, and you can see it with pretty much everything, that it's an assembly line, just like boom, 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 shit's gonna come out, and it's, they throw a shit ton of stuff at VFX artists, which I used to think was to save money because they're not unionized, and I think it's partly that, but also it's a matter of speed. You can achieve way quicker results with VFX than you can, spending the time to build shit like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you can give 1 second to 5,000 people instead of having to have all hands on deck all the time to do shit practically.
Exactly.
As a VFX artist, I can say as well, Marvel movies have some of the shittiest VFX. Like, not all of it, and there's some really good stuff depending on the shot, but there's a lot of like, this was just given to some like child in Indonesia with 7 fingers and just paid like 6 cents an hour kind of shit. Like, there really is that level of like sweatshop level VFX in some of these movies, which is like, at least if the VFX was good, you'd be like, well, fair enough, I guess. But a lot of the times it isn't.
And so, with this has come the film nerds who just say, if you like Marvel, you're stupid, and I hate you, and I hope you die.
Sassy.
And
I'm gonna spoil Spider-Man just because I don't like it.
That's not true. Anyway,
Peter Parker.
In defense
He's
of
a
Marvel,
woman now.
Those people,
sorry,
those people have just started, and it's growing wider and wider by the day. People who defend the actions of Disney as just being part of the future of filmmaking. If someone like me says, this looks bad, and on an objective level of, why the fuck did they shoot this Black Widow scene at a diner on green screen? Everything in this room is fake. Why would you do that? Why would you do that when making a movie? How is that? And you'll get people in Twitter threads going, well, that's just how they make good movies, and maybe I don't want to watch a 3-hour black and white film about the hardships of the French in 1839. And it's like, that's not the point here currently. It's just making good movies and making things with integrity. And this has caused a stupid war, and the mentality of defending Disney's actions,
if you would,
so to speak.
Captain America.
Oh, it's a reference.
Captain America.
That's a reference. That's a reference.
And this mindset is bleeding into journalism. It's bleeding into the average consumer of movies. You go to the theater. I've been to the Regal Theater here multiple times for several different movies, and it's always like kind of there's a couple people in there. I've rarely had to wait in a line. I showed up to see The Northman, and Doctor Strange just came out, and it is booming. It is the busiest I have ever seen the theater.
No, it's night and day when a Marvel movie's out when I go to the movies.
And again, it's like, I don't blame any of these people for wanting to see Doctor Strange. That's not my point. My point is, it makes me so sad for the future of mid-budget and indie-budget films in theaters, because those are getting put on blast by journalists who are like, Everything Everywhere All at Once has made $35 million in 6 weeks, but, Doctor Strange has made $35 million in 1 weekend. And people are just like, oh, this is epic. Look how much bigger my movie is. And then journalists pick that up, which means production companies pick this up. And it just makes me extremely worried for the future of smaller movies being in theaters and people getting that theater experience. And I hate it. It makes me so sad. It's garbage. I really like, there's some theaters that are making smaller movies less expensive than Marvel movies, like bigger movies, and those are more expensive because people will pay whatever to go see those. And it incentivizes going and seeing smaller
really
movies,
cool.
Which I like. I personally think is a good thing because
I fucks with that.
I want money to go to those movies.
Real quick,
the only thing about that.
Go ahead, Doblex.
I would say the only thing about that is, like, I feel like, I mean, granted, this is just more of like a personal opinion, but I feel like I don't go to the movies unless there's like a specific movie I want to watch. So like, I don't know if I would go to a movie and be like, Piss Man's Revenge is $8, or I could watch Doctor Strange.
I don't really
7
think that's
for
gonna have any effect, honestly.
But
yeah,
I want
like, I wouldn't.
a quick counterpoint to that. Why do you only go to the movies to see a movie you want these days? I think people used to go to the movies a shit ton more.
They
when
did,
movies
but
were
that
super
does
cheap.
not happen anymore.
Yeah.
Bro, so my opinion on all of this is, one, tinfoil hat. I made an hour-long video about algorithms and shit like that.
Go watch
same
it, it's
algorithms
really good.
that
I
are
made the
the same. Thank you. He did. The same algorithms that are defining the YouTube landscape. You know, like we're at the point where exponentially bigger YouTubers are getting bigger and smaller YouTubers are staying smaller. It's literally a one-to-one comparison from the movie industry to just online content in general. And the same algorithms doing that, there totally are, and there have been for like a decade. The dude Ryan Kavanaugh who's suing H3 helped build a neural network of algorithms that figure out what actors, what directors, and what like script types and shit to like combine and then like shit out a movie. And that's there's shit figuring out like, oh, what does that person want to see? What does that person want to see? Which movie they'll put in like, oh, well, John Krasinski and fucking woman. I can't think of a woman. I can't think of an actress. Will they work together in an action movie, or will they make it work together? Like, so there's that. And then two, Disney has the whole strategy with this whole thing with Kevin Feige or whatever the fuck was like, we're going to have a 15-year roadmap and we're going to like indoctrinate people into nostalgia so they cannot escape our fucking grasp of, you know, like by the time they're over it, their kids are going to be obsessed with it and then they're in it for the rest of their life. And when they're 60 years old, we'll hit them with Spider-Man 7 and Tobey Maguire's corpse will fucking show up and they'll cry. And we got him for another 20 years. That was the... And to a lot of people, it doesn't seem like any of that stuff is important. Like, the algorithms on YouTube, I just watch whatever I want to watch. And it's like, oh, do you remember that one time when you found it at 3 a.m. and that's why you watch it now, you fucking idiot? No one showed you that. You found it. Like, everyone's like, oh, no, that doesn't impact me. But, like, it does. It impacts everything. Every industry gets impacted by it at some point, and the effects are fucking astounding. Movies will never go back to normal unless there is a reset, a cultural reset, as in like the internet dies or something. Movies will be like this forever. Well, it's completely over. Nothing will change this. Disney could die. Another company will take its place. It will not change. The powers that be, the money that be, will not let it fucking change. That is what it is. It's over. There's no fighting back. You can make independent movies 50 cents. No one will go see them. And I feel no one ever wants to accept that stuff because it's like, it's like the guy screaming at the clouds in the fucking Simpsons. But like, when was like that should? It's how it is. You're just gonna sit home and watch fucking Family Guy on Hulu until you see a movie that you want to go see, and then you go to the movies. 30 years ago, people just went to the movies on a Friday and picked out a movie. That doesn't happen anymore. You play a video game, you watch a streaming service, you jerk off in your bed and listen to fucking music. Like there's too much to do. No one wants to go see a fucking movie anymore.
Andrew's gonna be the guy you saw with the cardboard signs. Explaining
in Alaska.
Putin's the king of the North. That's going to be you with indie movies outside the theater.
Also, Andrew, I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling in general because this makes me very upset. Because no one believes any of this stuff. It's just like no one has control over me like that. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Why do you think Instagram knows you want to kill yourself and fucking shows you you depressed? Here these pills. Like you think someone doesn't know what kind of fucking movie you want to watch or what you want to watch on YouTube or how to keep you there? Like your life is fucked. Everything's done. Whatever you liked is gone. You'll be a slave in 20 years. You'll live on an Amazon industrial camp. Fuck you.
Doplex, you had something you wanted to say. You seem very excited.
Oh, well, I was gonna say yes to all of what James said. I agree, obviously. But also to the ocean of options that we have. Like Andrew, to your original question, like I remember being a kid and like iRobot, was that the movie with Will Smith, right, with all the robots?
Yeah.
Like I remember like that movie came to theaters and like it was kind of like a thing, like, you know, every weekend, like we'd just go to the movies and like, you know, whatever was playing, because you were kind of always guaranteed like a decent movie, like you know, a mid to like high budget film that you could watch, and they were all like, you know, roughly the same price. Like obviously this was like before a time where you could just turn on your TV and like watch. Like the other day I was like, oh, Jackass Forever is now on Paramount Plus, so it doesn't matter that I didn't go watch it in theaters because now I just watch it from home.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the endless wave of
I hope streaming
options
services
that we
better.
have. No, I agree because like I feel like it's as far as like movies go, like I feel like algorithms play a bigger part in like the overarching narrative, but in terms of like the actual film industry, not even the film industry, but just more so like the money that they're actually making, like in terms of like smaller budget movies versus big budget Doctor Strange.
But the
pussy.
big budget
like, I feel
has
like
R&D behind it that goes back decades.
yeah.
That
No, I agree. Yeah.
The R&D
Yeah.
is insane. How do
No,
we
I
stomp out the Northman? The Northman's opening
Right.
against Doctor Strange this weekend. How do we make sure no one goes and sees that movie? That is absolutely
Right.
something that happens.
We spread a rumor
No, I
that
agree.
he's making a movie for white supremacists.
We say the Northman is
Yeah.
what? Yeah, Disney probably did pay someone to say if you see the Northman, you're a white
Probably.
supremacist. That stupid
Yeah.
shit on Twitter last week.
It could be. Yeah. It could
100%.
be.
I would
Which,
not
by the way,
doubt that at
is
all.
true.
That is true.
But that's the thing.
No,
it's like
100%.
it's all of these things that are
I saw it.
playing into actively
Me too.
destroying the film industry. So Andrew, I agree. I agree.
Life is.
I agree
life
with
is
everything
fucked.
just said.
Life is
I-
fucked. Kill yourself.
Hey,
It's
have
not
you-
worth it anymore.
Have you what James said? But also, have you ever had a normie core day? Have you ever gone full normie core? Where you're like,
Your mic
It's
cut
like
out.
it got cut out. All there was normie
Have you ever
corn
had a-
day, and then it just.
have
you had a
ever gone
normie corn
full-
day?
hold on.
Have you ever hit the Quan?
Have you ever gone full normie core before?
I don't know what you said that time either.
Should have ever hit the quad.
Have you ever gone? Wait, can you hear me now? Am I saying
Yeah.
words?
Yeah, go
I can
ahead.
hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What? Okay.
Sorry, they're playing Finding Nemo 2.
Yeah.
James lives above a
DHX
theater
did the
and
sound.
the rafters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we have a lot of questions and submissions we have to get to. And
Hang
we
on.
haven't done in the last couple episodes.
My
But we gotta do
Hang
it.
on.
Even if just one, then like.
Hang
people-
on.
No, I know. Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to interject real quick just before we.
Andrew's talking
you know.
here.
Yo,
my
Andrew
Go ahead,
doesn't
main,
take his hands out of his pockets. What did you do to your hands,
Yo,
Andrew?
he's making me
What
a
did
little
Courtney
nervous.
do to you?
Does you have a gun in there?
no, I'm just
Courtney
chilling
added
'cause
bruises on his hands.
In real life.
Chilling
Bruised
today.
PNGs.
My main point to all this is like, don't to the viewers at home, don't not go see a Marvel movie just because I don't like them or think Disney's evil. But like, for every Marvel movie you go and see, go check out a smaller movie.
Go watch The
see
Northman 10 times.
Everything Everywhere All at
Yeah.
Once. Go see the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I haven't even seen
I
that
saw
movie,
that.
but it's
It
a
was
small,
so fucking good. It was hilarious.
I've heard it's pretty great. It's a smaller movie. Go check that out. Go see The Northman. Go see movies from smaller, like mid-budget and
Go watch
smaller
Mythbusters.
people.
It's all on Amazon Prime. I
And
think.
most-
it's a good.
most-
It's still a good show.
No,
Yeah.
don't. Most theaters usually have some kind of special, like, well, it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not.
No,
we're
just
advocating for
fucking-
movie theaters.
Go get Mythbusters playing at your local movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah.
And watch
Make
it
them
there.
play it and then
Yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. What the fuck was I saying? Most movie theaters on like the one around me, Cinemark, on Tuesdays, it's like $4.50 for a ticket to any movie. It doesn't really matter. So like, if it's a money thing, which tickets to a movie are $12, so I don't think it is. But make it your weekly thing, bro. Go see him. Like that used to be a thing. Go see a movie every Tuesday for $4. What the fuck else are you doing?
Yeah,
And if, you,
find
if you
a
are
cheap
able to
theater.
afford, if you can afford it, there's like a lot of really nice like boutique theaters, which usually aren't that much more expensive, but those ones always are playing interesting.
Yeah, and then you
movies
can
like the ones
patronize,
Andrew
like,
talking about. And
Not
you
only
can
the
drink in
movie,
them.
but a smaller business. You can't drink
Yeah,
in
go
your movie
find- like,
theaters.
we had
We can
a-
drink in all our movie theaters.
We had a
It
dollar
depends.
theater in
Actually,
Lynchburg, and it was great. It was like $2,
Oh, that's
and they would play it like way after the movie went through, the big theaters. So you were
Yeah.
seeing
That's
it
true.
late, but
Yeah.
not even late. Just you were seeing it
I
late,
saw Chicken Little in one of those.
but it was
It was in
fun.
Mexico.
And they would play like
Chicken
old
Little.
movies too. I got to go see. I saw like The Godfather. I saw Alien for my very first time at a dollar theater. So like, just look around for small theaters that play, more interesting movies or play old movies. Because watching old movies
Adult
gives you a
movies.
lot of appreciation for where we've come. Film is a beautiful art form, and I love it so much, and that's really the only reason I wanted
especially
to talk about how much I
Doctor
It'll be
hate
dead in
Strange and the
20 years,
Multiverse of
no matter
Madness,
what
which
we
you
do.
should go and watch because it is a film And as Andrew has pointed out, he loves all films. So anyway,
keep film
that's the end of that segment.
Keep film alive long enough for us to make a comedy movie, and then let it die.
Yeah, we'll call it Hot Rod 2.
There
Anyway,
we
we got one question and then we're leaving.
I'm about to bust.
So this one is actually from a YouTube comment, just because this person doesn't have social media or Discord, so
Good call.
I just figured I'd put it in here. This one comes from Digimonkey, who commented on our last episode
you,
2 weeks
man.
ago, and asked, I don't use a lot of social media, so I don't have Reddit, but random question, do you guys have like Digimon or any Saturday morning cartoons when you were kids? I think they're just asking what we liked when we were kids.
I think I'm a little too
Pokemon.
old for the Digimon and Pokemon and shit.
Well, when you were a kid,
No.
did you fuck with
with
the Mons?
You guys got more Digimon and Transformers and Pokemon and all of them are like past my cartoons as a kid.
Sure.
Oh, right. I see.
I used to love
I
watching
watched
Pokemon
SpongeBob.
and Sping Bab. And then I'd watch a lot of
Bab.
Newgrounds
I did watch
cartoons
those
that
SpongeBob.
ruined my sense of humor for life.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
I didn't have
What-
cable
Andrew?
television growing up, so no.
Veggie Tales.
There it is.
Yeah, details. There it is.
I watched SpongeBob and like Codenames Kids Next. That always fucks me up. The name of that show.
Code Kids Next Door.
Name
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door. I always say Code.
fucking love
I want to
that
put an
show.
S at the end of the whole thing. Code's Names Kids Next Door.
Code's name.
Recess and
Recess went
Ned's
in.
Declassified School Survival.
Ned's
Guide was also
Declassified went
fucking
in.
good.
Yo, that
Sweet
show
Life
that
of
was
Zach and
fucking
Cody.
so good.
Sweet Life on
Hey
Deck.
Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold is
Doug.
the greatest
Doug.
show ever made,
Hey
and
Arnold is
I
good.
mean that with 1,000% sincerity.
Chalk Zone.
Hey Arnold is the greatest show ever made.
I fucking
Chalk
hated
Zone
Our
is
Real
great.
Monsters.
Chalk
It
Zone.
was too gross for me.
Foster's Home for Imaginary
I
Friends.
like the aesthetic of that.
Rocket
I love
Power.
that show.
Rocket Power.
So
Billy
there's
and
there's
Billy
your
and
answer.
Mandy,
We like
Courage the
all
Cowardly
of
Dog.
them. And I also did like Digimon and Pokemon. Digimon was pretty cool. And I remember like I had the
Joe
Digimon
Buck's like
games
Power
and like
Rangers.
I did also
mentioned
like Power Rangers.
I went to the Power Rangers
Yeah.
Museum in Japan, which has like every suit from like every
What the
era
fuck?
of Power
Yo,
Rangers.
That's
That's epic.
Yeah, I don't even like Power
That's
Rangers. We
cool.
just ended up there for some reason.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you don't know any of these shows?
cool.
No, I know all of these shows.
Okay. You
I
like
just
any
didn't
of them?
watch them. I didn't watch a lot
Oh,
of them.
okay.
That's fair. That's fair. So the next question comes from something generic in our Discord server. I don't know if that's their whatever. They ask, I have mild Tourette's and the soundboards kill me off.
Oh, yes, this question.
Epic.
Next question.
Oh yeah. Recently, my brain has decided to make me say either my pussy hurts or I
yeah, that's
shat
right.
my
This is
pants,
funny.
both in a Borat-like voice. So what's the weirdest thing you've
pussy.
heard or seen someone do without any explanation? P.S. I work in retail, so it can be pretty awkward.
That is my favorite
My
thing. That's
pussy
one of my favorite
hurts.
questions we've got. Yeah, just some
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah.
45-year-old woman
My
who's
pussy
like,
hurts.
and then I want this nice collared shirt for my son. Be like, my pussy hurts.
My pussy hurts. I've shat my pants.
I think I've already told mine, which is the big cheese story. Which for people who
right,
weren't listening
yeah.
in episode fucking 6 or whatever that was, one time I was.
Big change.
I don't even think I was. No, maybe I was there. No, my friend was there and he told me this story.
Yeah.
He was at, there was a food item on the menu at McDonald's called the Big Cheese, which I think was like a burger with like 3 different types of cheese in it or something. And
Yeah.
there was this big hulking lumbering idiot in front of my friend in line, and the guy just slammed like a fistful of coins on the counter and went, "Big cheese!" And apparently that was all he said. And
Yeah.
that's the closest I can think.
Classic. Yeah. James? Andrew?
I don't know
I
what the
think
question was. I was laughing too hard.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me. So it's pretty much the gist of it was
Strange
what's the
people
weirdest
you've
thing
seen.
you've heard? What's the weirdest thing you've heard or seen someone do without any explanation?
One of the
Go ahead, Andrew, I gotta
the
think.
very first times I went to the Walmart up here after we moved, I went with Jared. We're walking up, and I think we were getting like Jared wanted some pots for some plants, and I was getting something. And there's these 2 Walmart employees like walking someone who is kind of backing away and also walking away, and they're yelling something. It was some crazy lady.
Christian.
Yeah.
And the 2 Walmart employees are just
You are so super
fucked up. They're going like, So I can already tell that this person is just a nuisance, and these Walmart employees
Yeah.
are getting her off the premises. And so we
Right.
walk, and she's behind us, and I don't really remember much of what she said. All I do remember is her saying, "Walmart is evil, and they fuck dogs." And then the rest is a blur. And me and
fucked
Jared looked
dogs.
at each
That is
other
true.
like,
That's
what the
epic.
fuck is this lady going on
They
about?
fucked
She was yelling,
dogs.
yeah, they fucked dogs. And
Walmart
then we
do
went
be fucking
inside.
dog.
Hey,
And then you
that's
fucked
a,
it
that's a
up.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I came in and there was
The
a million
greeter pulled
Walmart
out a
employees
Greyhound.
just like fucking German
Running a
shepherds.
train
yeah.
on a dog.
Doplex, you go. I'm still thinking.
I mean, it's more so a matter of trying to pick one. Yeah,
Of course it is.
You've got to
I feel like I mean, I partially told the story about how I was chased with a metal pipe.
Yeah.
So I guess I could finish that story, but pretty much, what happened was I woke up it was like at like 6 or 7 a.m. that I have to get up to drive to work, and there was this lady with a metal pipe because right across the street from us was like a Ralph's, and one of their trucks, their
that would
delivery
make sense.
trucks. Yeah, yeah. He was pulling out, and the lady was like standing in front of his truck, like fucking Gandalf, you shall not pass, with this metal pipe like banging on his hood. It was a semi truck, and like the guy was like, "Move," and fucking, I'm walking to my car, and this guy was probably so happy when she got caught eyes with
Yeah,
me.
she locked
'cause
on
that's
to
when
your
aggroed
target. Yeah.
yeah,
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 you
because
fucking
I was kind of
aggroed
like,
her.
yeah, because I was kind of just like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, standing there fucking like being a
how bizarre.
chismoso, just like watching this happen. This lady just like fucking screaming with a metal pipe. And then, yeah, she turns around. It was like fucking Enderman when she like turns around. I make eye contact with her and she starts chasing after me. So that I'd say
starts
that was
stealing
probably
blocks
like
from your
one
house.
of the weirdest. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's one.
All right, I used to work at one of the pizzerias I used to work at. It had this guy called Gary that would come. He had one tooth.
Yeah.
His eyes looked different directions. No matter what pants he was wearing, his ass was always out, and he never wore underwear. And he spoke a made up language. He had no accent, so he wasn't speaking another
As a
language.
neutral human.
Yes.
He's speaking of Animal
like he
Crossing.
was
He's a
speaking
sim.
common from D&D or something. Like
Here's the
it-
blueprint.
Yeah.
or like a fucking Sims character, exactly.
Yeah,
like
you
it
look
was
for
like
like the green diamond above his head?
there was no accent, and it was the same phonetics as English, but he never said a word. It sounded like a bird chirping or something. Like it was unbelievable. And
Yeah.
sometimes you would just walk out. It'd be like 9 o'clock at night, and there'd be no one on the streets or whatever. But Gary would just be hanging out, just lurking around a corner, and and he would just hang out at this pizzeria. They'd give him free pizza. He would literally was like a bird. They would just throw extra pizza at him, and it would just tooth it with one tooth.
Yeah, boy.
Pecking at a pepperoni.
And I swear to God, it was like he would just look at you and start making chirping noises like you're having a conversation. And he would, you would just smile and wave, boys, like the fucking penguins. It's just, yeah, Gary, what fucking Gary. And sometimes it'd be like 9 o'clock at night, you'd be carrying pizza out to your car, and you just like kind of be looking down like assembly, and you look up, and he's just fucking like right there, and he's just like, so I guess his whole existence has no context. So that's all I can think of. You would just walk out the door, and he'd be in your face. You're trying to walk to your car to get your pizza. It'd be 9 o'clock at night. No one's in the fucking. He'd be in your face. And you just go, and then you just be like, yeah, Gary.
That is a good point. When you see someone that like crook, you're like,
Yeah.
did this guy have a childhood? Like, was this? Did he like SpongeBob as well? Like, how does he?
Yeah, it seemed like he
how
just
do you get
existed
to
in
here?
that era. Like I never perceived him as anything but Gary.
I
Like,
know
there's
that
no
he
came out
Gary
pussy
Small.
speaking
I know
Animal
the
Crossing.
explanation is always drugs, but it's still
Yeah.
like how many drugs and what drugs turn you into
Yeah.
toothless
And for how
bird
long?
Gary?
How did you know his name was Gary? How did you divulge that information?
The
from
people
him
that
and
worked
follow-
there knew he was Gary. He came there every
They
day.
probably
He came
named
there
him.
every day. The only way he ate was if they gave him food. I don't know where
Yeah.
he went when he wasn't there.
He got Pavlov's dog into coming for free pizza. Pavlov's
he
Gary.
You could tell it's like a,
Gary.
which is not to be mean. He was fucked up in some kind of way. I liked him. I would talk to him whenever I could, even though there was no conversation. But he
Right.
kind of was like a dog in that way, where you just knew his name was Gary because he
'Cause you wanted to
perked
put
up
him
when you
down.
said Gary.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
He
yeah.
couldn't communicate, but you said Gary, and, and I was like, all right.
Anyway,
Gary.
shouts out to Gary. He's who we've been making this
Gary.
podcast for this whole time. He's our cool
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
I wish I could meet
Exactly.
Gary again. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
get
It reminds
back
me
to
of
Shout out Gary.
that soft white underbelly series. Where the guys,
100.
like,
He would be
interviewing-
on that. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has one where he interviews like this inbred family. Where
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
the
like,
first one I sent you guys.
Yeah, but like one of the guys does that. He
That
trips like a
guy.
bird.
That he talks exactly
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah, okay. Now I have better context. I
He
can
talks
I know exactly
like
like
him.
the
It's
sounds
just
he's
chirps
making.
and
Oh, fuck.
like guttural
Yeah.
You need
noises.
to link me that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting, but it's also very sad. So
Yeah, it's
if you're
really
in the
sad.
mood to
Yeah, that whole
to get a
channel.
real piece of reality.
I really want to check that channel out. I've had it recommended from you guys and now someone else in real life. And every time I'm
Yeah.
like, I really want to watch this, but it's gonna like bum me out. Same reason I've never gone to
yeah.
Black Mirror. Every time I try to watch, I'm like, I like this, but I can't watch this. This is too depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like
I watch it when I watch Soft White Underbelly when I'm already fucked up or sad or some shit because it's like it gives you it's sobering a little bit and it's also
Perspective,
it's like could be much worse. All right, one more question.
Yeah.
If you had to lose one sense, what sense would it be? Can't say proprioception as a sense. All others are game, taste, touch, etc. And after let's do that first. So if you had to lose sense, it can't be proprioception, which proprioception is like it's like considered the sixth sense. It's like how your muscles move before your conscious mind knows that it's gonna happen, but your brain tells your muscles to do shit like before you think. So it's like how you can run upstairs without tripping like 99.9% of the time. You know, like that's
Right,
a
yeah.
sense. So you can't
Okay.
pick that because then you wouldn't be able to move. So you have to lose
Yeah.
one sense. What would you pick? I'd
I'll
pick
get rid
smell.
of proprioception, yeah.
I'd probably say smell. I think, like, yeah.
What
I'd
about
probably smell.
touch?
Oh, nah, touch it.
I'll go.
A,
I mean,
you'd
does
never
that-
feel your dick sucked again, and B, you'd
But
like
you never
rest your
feel
hand on a
pain.
hot element.
That's
Well,
true.
you-
Well, that's
The
thing
damage
about
would still
that-
happen. Yeah.
People say,
Yeah.
people say like, oh, having no pain would be awesome, but the problem is that is a real disease, and those people have to go to the doctors like every month to make sure that they're not like bleeding on the inside because they're not
Yeah,
going to
because
feel
they
it
don't
if they
know.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
it just becomes a huge
Very
fucking
true.
hassle. Yeah, probably smell.
Smell or
much as-
taste?
Well, because I'd
I
love
think I might
smell
go
nukes your
taste. I feel
taste.
like
Smell nukes your taste, right? So
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
taste
I
would
think
be
I
the
would
better.
go
maybe
taste.
You're-
taste would be better.
Yeah, at least you
But
can
I
still
feel
smell
like-
shit.
Yeah, but like,
I'd also
You know,
probably be
fun-
significantly less fat if I couldn't taste anything because it wouldn't matter what I ate.
I've always, yeah,
I
I
just-
kind of wanted to catch COVID at one point.
I
so
have
it would be
I
like,
have a friend who
yeah.
got he got king hit at 2 a.m. Like just some dude ran up and cracked him in the back of his head and he fucking beamed his head on the concrete, and he was like fucked up for a bit, but he lost his sense of smell from that.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
So-
that's
So that
fucked
really
up.
did happen to someone. Yeah,
What the
That's
fuck?
wild.
What is king
think
hit?
you
That
just-
just means like someone jumps you.
that's when someone like punched you from behind, like in the
Oh,
head, I
so
think.
it's like a sucker punch.
What a
Okay.
bitch.
Yeah, sucker. Yeah, it's just a
Interesting.
sucker punch. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shout out
I
to
learned
Reed
a
Rand,
new word.
RIP.
No, it was fuck. That dude fully got away with it. He like jumped a friend and just blitzed into the night, like in the middle of nowhere, and like
For no reason,
in
he
a
didn't even
small
take
suburb.
anything.
No, yeah, literally just fucking wanted to
What
beat
the
someone.
fucking?
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
he drops
yeah.
dead. Are we all going smell?
I'm
Yeah,
going
probably
taste.
smell.
I'll go
Well,
smell.
actually,
I'm
isn't it
going
like
taste.
20
I don't
something?
wanna smell
There's
your
like
mom's
20 something
pussy.
perception, 20 something senses. You can probably get one of the shitty ones.
Yeah.
There's 20.
There's like a fuckload of senses.
Joe?
Like, I think, depending on what kind of,
I'm gonna get rid of my sense of humor because I'm tired of being so fucking funny on this podcast with you boys.
The audience
Say the
has no
pedophile.
idea how bad we're searching for an ending right now. We're all trying.
Yeah.
We're all trying to make ending jokes, and none
I
of
need to
them are
piss.
working.
I need to piss so badly.
It's so funny.
How's this for an ending?
Yo, I
Guys,
was
let's
putting
actually
this
let's actually end
I-
the podcast while he's gone.
I was putting this massage gun on my balls when I first got it, and it makes them fart. I swear to God. You guys want to hear it? I don't know if it was the way I was sitting,
What'd you
but
say?
so I put these massage guns. I put this massage gun on my balls, and it was hitting them in such a way that it made them make a farting sound. And I want to see if I can recreate it.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's do
Alright.
it.
Hear it. He's giving himself ball cancer. Live on Beef Boys.
You hear it? It's kind of doing it.
I just hear
Yeah, I can totally hear it.
I don't hear a...
The amount of abuse James has put his balls through on this fucking show.
It hurts. It's like someone's constantly clicking.
Yeah, why are you doing this? That would not... That was going to make me throw up. I already threw up once today.
Hold on, I was sitting cross-legged. Hold on.
No, I heard it.
Hold on.
For audio listeners, James is on the floor.